Hey y'all, how you doing? It's me, Geraldine, the entrepreneur guide, web and SEO expert. And today we're talking about a really important topic, which is how to start a spiritual business. That's a question that I receive pretty often. So today, my guest, Viviana Aiello, is going to be sharing her perspective, and we're going to have a conversation about it. Hey, Viviana, how you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm excited to be here with you.
Yeah, for sure. So would you like to share with our audience a little bit more about what you do?
So I'm the founder of Lovesgravity. It is a coaching and online community. It's focused around igniting self-love for the sacred feminine and balancing the feminine and masculine energies in all areas of life. That's where my spiritual journey began. So what I call myself is a self-love activator, and I use tarot as a healing modality, and it's for wellness and for mental health. And it's to open a conversation for my clients to balance their masculine and feminine energies. Because when those things are off, and you can say it like yin and yang, or the positive and negative energy, right? The light and the dark, we all have that. And so when those energies are off, then everything gets off as well. And so it's part of everything in your life, your job, your career, your choices, your relationships. I also produce self-love retreats in all parts of the world. And part of my coaching is mindset coaching, helping eliminate those subconscious beliefs and patterns that you've had for so long that you may not even know that you have. As you journey through this Lovesgravity journey, which is the journey back to self-love and the goddess within you, then you get closer to your purpose. You get closer to your soul's desire. So that's me.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I know you mentioned the word goddess. Can men and women work with you, or do you focus mainly on working with women?
Definitely. My community is mainly women. However, I do work with men. I do something called a warrior reading, which is essentially the same thing. It's an empowerment reading. It's a self-love reading, but focused around the masculine energy and balancing that masculine and feminine. So yes, I work with both.
All right, perfect. So we're talking to an expert today, and she works with people who are spiritually led, and some of them happen to be business owners. And I think that what Viviana was talking about in terms of activating your self-love and making sure that your different energies are balanced, these are all things that you need as a foundation when you're creating what I like to call a spiritually led business. When we talk about what a spiritually led business even is, if you look online, a lot of articles say they're pursuing a business with their passion, and they're making sure that whatever they're doing in business aligns with that passion, and doesn't always necessarily have to be that you're teaching about your own spiritual beliefs. It's more so the energy that is behind running this business, and also your purpose for running this business. So I'm curious to know from your perspective, Viv, what is your personal opinion of what a spiritually led business is?
Similar to what I was saying before, it's authenticity. It's when you are in alignment with your true soul's desire, because it could be anything, right? Like, for example, with me, how I use tarot, however you want to say it, but I use those modalities, but that's just what makes me passionate. That makes me glow. That makes me happy. And I found a way to share that and to help heal others. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in this little box where you're just a healer, right? Or you're just using tarot, or you're a Reiki master. It could be so many things, because we are so complex and we're so unique and we're so creative. And so it could be magical, and just creating that magic within yourself. So it starts, I think, somebody that's awakening, somebody that's aware, having consciousness. And from that place, then you kind of grow into your own person. You kind of grow into what your passion is and what your desires are. You get closer to your soul's desire, because a conscious and aware person knows that their soul's desires are true and real. And that's why we're here. We're here to activate that. We're here to follow that. We're here to create that. Otherwise, you're just kind of going through the motions. And so a spiritual person will know that, and they will express that through all of these things that we talked about. It could be yoga, right? A yoga instructor. It could be somebody, I have a client of mine that is so passionate about hiking. And so in our conversation, she decided that she would start to lead a hiking group. And that's spiritual because she's so passionate about it. And when she leads women through this hiking group, she empowers them, she inspires them, she coaches them, she helps them. So it could essentially be anything that you're passionate and love, right? So when you're in alignment with your passion, then that is expressed through your own creativity.
One thing I noticed too is that a lot of spiritually led business usually have a particular purpose to serve others in a way where it's like the advancement of other people. So in what I do, although my main company is in marketing, my main purpose is to make sure that people such as business owners, teams don't get stuck. Because I think a lot of times when we don't really know what to do and there's a lot of uncertainty, we get stopped and then we don't fulfill our purpose for our company or our purpose for our own career. So it's not always just about the healing aspect of it. Sometimes you're healing yourself by contributing to other people's advancement. And I think that's really important for people to understand.
Absolutely. It's service. That's how I see as well. Like you're saying, is it could be anything as long as you have a heart of service and you're elevating your vibration and matching that vibration to others. That's essentially what it is, right? When you hear, oh, everything is energy. Well, that's what we're talking about. If you're at an energetic vibration of self-love and sharing and serving and giving and in your own passion and authentically you, then you're going to naturally want to give that back and to share. So, yeah.
So what do you think are the unique challenges that spiritually led entrepreneurs face?
Some people, first of all, with any type of, let's just say that it's a healing type of business, then there's a taboo already set that people shouldn't get paid for that. It's a really, really old belief, right? Just like a priest or a pastor. I think that's where it comes from because that's our first really experience or large world-renowned experience is religious, right? Religion. And so there's this belief that you shouldn't get paid for it. And it's taboo if you do. I've experienced it. I'm pretty sure you have. I know a lot of my fellow friends that are in spiritual businesses kind of like shy away from charging or not charging appropriately enough, right? And I think it's because it's that whole moral thing that gets in the way, like, oh, but if I'm helping you and I'm doing it from my heart, then I shouldn't be charging you. But that is so false because it's still our energy. We still, especially if it's your main business, we still need to reciprocate energy. It is a law of reciprocity. Whatever comes out has to come back. And so eventually, if you don't charge enough or charge at all, then you're going to get burnt out. You're not going to be in alignment anymore. You're going to stop liking what you're doing because you're so exhausted and there's nothing coming back, right? Not to mention the basics. We have bills. we have our own challenges. We've got our children. We have to pay our mortgages or whatever it is. So I think that is a really big challenge for people to kind of shift and switch from that mindset. Also taking it from like, oh, this is a passion project or a hobby that I just do for fun. That's how I started. It was a passion project. I felt it from the depths of my soul. It was fire, right? I know I met you early on too. So it starts from there, but then you get popular and then it's like, I can't be doing coaching and readings and free retreats for people I can't do it. I physically can't do it without that exchange.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shame that comes along with charging people when you've never really set the prices before. You know, a lot of folks usually start out being an employee where they don't have to worry about sales or charging people, sending invoices or money requests and all that. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I have to talk about money. I have to charge people. Like, I don't know if what I'm doing is worth the amount that I want to charge or I need to charge. Mm-hmm. And those are all things as an entrepreneur that we really have to work through. And the entrepreneurial journey is one of the most spiritual journeys that you can ever encounter.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
Because it requires resilience, it requires faith, it requires self-awareness, and you're going to be challenged throughout the entire time. So with those three anchors, you really get to know yourself and get to know what your fullest potential is.
And you nailed it, like with faith. Yeah. Because just because we're spiritual and we're conscious doesn't mean that we don't get the kitchen sink thrown at us. We still have all the same things. We're in fear. We're afraid. We're not sure that we have higher months and lower months. We have health issues. There's so many things that we have to experience. And so not to mention mindsets, not just our own, but our family. You know, when I first started this, one of the biggest things that I had to overcome was my own family and my own children and their fears, because I can't even tell you how many times I've heard you need to get a real job. And at first, like whether it be, you know, my ex-husband or their father or something, it really bothered me and it made me fearful, because it made me feel like, well, you know, what the hell? Like, here I am trying to do what we're trying to get to my core, trying to express my creativity and the beauty that I have and share this beautiful thing called Lovesgravity, right? And here is all of this energy output, but then no one's receiving it that way. Yeah. They're saying from their fears, you need to get a real job. This is never going to work. Well, Viviana, if you know, you're going to have to work at a normal job and make money, which it's partly true. As an entrepreneur, we both know we still have to have money coming from somewhere until your business grows. That's fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. But forgetting about it completely or not launching it in the first place, or having that fear because of, no, you should probably have a safe job, that's detrimental to me. That makes me super, super sad. And that's the reality of most people. They don't ever start.
That in itself is a disservice to your community, to people that are surrounding you, if you don't pursue your dreams. Because if you're not pursuing your dreams, then you're probably working somewhere that you don't want to work, working more hours than you really would like to be, and not having as great of a vibe as you could if you see yourself moving forward and taking the steps to grow your business. I mean, if it's something that you think about every single day, or if it's something in the back of your mind, why not? And one of the things that I believe is important as an entrepreneur is that you're always recalibrating. Sometimes you think this is what my business is going to be, and then all of a sudden it changes, or you find out people want you to do something else and it shifts. Like it's all organic. It's a flow. And that's something that, Viv, we always talk about.
Yeah, definitely. It is organic and it is flow. And that's exactly what we are here for, right? Because I believe that if you are in alignment with your own flow, like we've talked about this, if you're aware and conscious, then if you do decide to become an entrepreneur and launch this passion project that you have and make it into a business, you're going to need the tools. You're going to need to be grounded. You're going to need to have the tools so that when it does get scary, when you are in doubt, when you have those down months, then you'll know easily what to do to get through it. Because if you don't, and you're an ego and you don't know how to allow the cosmic energy and source to guide you through that, your intuition, then you're going to get stuck. And then you'll probably run backwards and go back to that job that you hate. and stay there for another 10 years, right? We can apply this conversation to just about anything, a relationship, anything, right? That's what's gotten me through. I also have no problem with practicality, the pentacles and the tarot, right? All about being practical. We still live on earth. We still have to pay our bills. We still have, to do all of the earthly things. So there's nothing wrong with maybe launching your side business and keeping your job for a while and working on the weekends with your side hustle. There's nothing wrong with that until you're comfortable enough to completely leave it. But unfortunately, the fear does keep people stuck. And that's one of the biggest things that I find in having a spiritually led business, one of the things.
For sure, that uncertainty and other people's fear or opinions definitely interfere with our ability to move forward. You and we've known each other for a long time now, and so many things have happened ever since we met in terms of how our commitment to support spiritually led entrepreneurs has really grown. Mm-hmm. And part of the reason why I wanted to have you on YouTube today is because I want to mention what we've done to actually contribute back to spiritually led entrepreneurs who are still figuring it out, really stuck and not really making the money that they want to make, feeling guilty because they haven't started their businesses yet and don't really know what to do. So for those of you who are watching this, we've created something called Your Business in Flow, which is really what me and Viv have been working from the start, from the first time that we ever met. It's a perfect demonstration of flow, how this all came to be.
It's kind of magical when you trust the universe and you allow the universe to do its part. When, what are you asking for? What are your dreams? Are you claiming them? Are you commanding them? Are you bringing them into your life? And are you being part of that community? So like magic, because both of us were in alignment, we're in alignment with our spirituality and our growth and just the excitement, like two kids in a candy store. That's how we were when we met, right? And so do you want to tell the story or do you want me to tell the story?
I guess we can go back and forth.
Yeah.
First off, we met in 2017 or 18. Yeah, 2017. We were at a Law of Attraction seminar with Robert and Rachel Zink and totally hit it off. We had a lot of the same interests and we're really in a place of developing and cultivating our own self-love and manifestation practices.
Yeah, absolutely. You nailed it with manifestation. That's exactly what it was. Mm-hmm.
And just developed this friendship of supporting each other. She was already an entrepreneur. I was already an entrepreneur, but we always stayed in touch. Mm-hmm. And one day we ended up having an IG Live on Viviana's platform. And you want to tell them a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So, I was in the process of creating Lovesgravity's business plan and had just kind of jotted down some stuff like chicken scratch because I'm not good at like design or anything at all. And the thing about being an entrepreneur is knowing what your strengths are and what they're not, right? And so I was always really aware of that. And I always had this respect for you and we always had so much fun, even if we're just goofing around or talking about business. And so I was working on this little plan, this Lovesgravity plan, and thought to myself, I would love to be able to share this, just like we all think. I would love to share this and help other people and how they're building their business because there's so many things that they don't know when it comes to spiritually led businesses. And I would get that question all the time. How do you do this? How do you do that? So this was all kind of happening. And then you and I aligned and we did a live, which I don't remember exactly what the live was about. You were talking about different tools to use to reprogram your subconscious. And so you started talking about different tools and what you use and da-da-da. And one of the things that you mentioned was using white paper blue ink as a tool for reprogramming your subconscious. And I thought, that's the name of this thing that we need to do. And Geraldine is a perfect fit to be able to expand this, whatever we were calling it at the time, I don't know. For me, it was just, I just want to create this document. I think it was a document.
It's a PDF.
It was a PDF. I have this idea of creating this PDF journal thing that can help other people and inspire them on their business. But to me, it like made total sense that the white paper blue ink aspect of it was a big part of that, because part of expanding your spiritually led business is reprogramming your subconscious and your mindsets in order for you to become a master manifester. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. And so we talked, and I asked you if you liked the idea and if you were interested, and you were like, hell yes.
And we proceeded to meet every single week to work on what we thought was going to be a PDF download that people would utilize to create a business plan. This went on for months. You know, every single week we would show each other our progress and our new ideas for this PDF. And what I began to see is this is much bigger than just a PDF. We need to create a course so that spiritually led entrepreneurs who are stuck in their business or want to start a business have a roadmap of what to expect, what they need to cultivate within themselves to be ready for this entrepreneur journey, and all of the steps for becoming really successful. Right. So at that point, we decided to bring in Giselle Martin and Tressa Whitman, who are also other really great spiritually led entrepreneurs. And it turned into a year-long project of us creating this course, recording it, and putting it on a platform where people can actually learn the step-by-step way of expanding your spiritually led entrepreneur business, which has been such a fun experience. I mean, you and I already knew each other, and we also got to build an even closer relationship with Giselle and Tressa. It's been really beautiful to just see this evolve to what it became.
Yeah. To your point, we've had so much fun creating this and growing ourselves, you know, not just in our spirituality, but also in our entrepreneurship. And so it's been so fun. And here we are now, like launching this program, Your Business in Flow. And it's exciting because it's going to help so many people at least look at this from a different perspective, at least feel like, okay, there are women that are experiencing what I'm experiencing. That's, I think, what started this out for me is, okay, I know a lot of these women are experiencing this because they're asking me, and I'm like giving some little tips here and there, but there's so much more, right? And so it's now a full program, like you said, a full course.
We actually have ideas for future courses as businesses evolve and building a community. I mean, this is only the beginning, but in terms of the course itself, it's 8 modules. It talks about why white paper and blue ink is important, the essence of you, like what does that really mean to get to the heart of who you are and your soul's purpose and desire, the essence of your business. So what does it really mean to own a business, and what are the types of things that you need to think about? There's also a module called You Are a Conscious Creator, you know, so it talks about how you actually manifest in your life and the importance of understanding your personal values so you can make better decisions for yourself and your business.
You talked about too is the personal values. I remember that really got me excited. Remember, I was like, wait, I've never done that. What's personal values? Like, let me find my personal values, because like, to your point, it goes hand in hand with your authenticity. It goes hand in hand with you being unapologetically you. And so that little activity that we did was such a big part of this moving forward with the PDF and then growing it into the program or the course with Giselle and Tressa.
Yeah, knowing your values is really critical to any area of your life. You know, you use it as your compass. You use it as knowing when to say yes and knowing when to say no. It's been really transformational for all of us who created White Paper Blue Ink to be able to apply that to our lives. We also touch on finding your tribe and loving your life. So who's the community that you're surrounding yourself with? Who else do you need to connect with in order for your business to thrive? Here's another topic, which is authentically marketing your business. People typically shy away from marketing. They're scared. They don't know what to say. We give you some guidance on how to do that and not do it in a way where you sound salesy. Another module is the energy of money. That's really something that we were talking about earlier. You have to have a really strong relationship with money to grow it. And we included exercises to help you work through whatever's there for you in terms of your money relationship. And lastly, we include things of what to do next, how to keep the momentum going, how to celebrate yourself. So it's really a full course that's dedicated to you and the challenges you may be going through, the questions that you have. And we're really excited for you to take this course because we know how transformational all of these things have been for us in our personal lives and businesses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I can't stress your business in flow. It means you being in flow because your business is just a part of you. It's an expression of you. And so when you are in flow, when you are in faith, in flow, in love, right? That's what essentially it means. Then you manifest everything. Everything starts to just come to you and you become magnetic. That's what the goddess is. She's magnetic, or a man as well, right? We become magnetic through these laws. And so, be in love in all aspects of your life and watch it shift.
Just to be clear about becoming magnetic, there are some steps to getting there, but once you're there, it just naturally happens. You get to a particular place where you're not even trying anymore. Mm-hmm. You're just receiving everything, all the different blessings and all of the different desires that you've been dreaming of. So we're really excited for you to continue on your journey. We hope you found value in this video today. So visit www.whitepaperblueink.com. I'm also going to put the link on the screen and in the chat. So that way you can visit the site, check out the course, see if it resonates with you and it's something that you want to do so you can further your business career.
Follow on Instagram too, White Paper Blue.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. All righty. So that was how to start a spiritual business. We'd love to hear comments down below and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.